Hello, good morning, and welcome to this Dawn Busters Taste Challenge. We have from 1939, originally called Seagram's Crown Royal, now just Crown Royal Fine Deluxe, 80 proof, no age statement in a big glass bottle. I bought this at Winn-Dixie, $44.99 plus two beautiful Crown Royal rocks glasses, which I'm not using today. But so this was a good deal, I guess you could say, for this product, cheaper than anywhere else around here. Now the competitor, Seagram's VO Gold. They have it at Winn-Dixie, but they're crazy with their prices, so I would never buy that. I bought this at, I think it was Mathern's for $22.99 about years ago. I don't think their prices changed. Maybe it went up $1. There's still a lot of this left. It was introduced in 1998, but the company told me they discontinued it in 2017. I wrote an email to Diageo, and they said it was discontinued. But it's aged 8 years, so if they just had put some in the barrels in 2017, so it might still be coming out and getting bottled until 2025, right? It's got the ribbon. Now, VO used to have the ribbon, but that was removed. And but they put the ribbon on the specialty 8-year aged. And I read a good article from about 2 years ago about the story of VO and VO Gold from a guy that used to work for Seagram's. He talked about how they really worked on it, tried to make it delicious, high quality, and how they were struggling with VO back in the 90s because at that time, all these specialty whiskeys started to come onto the market, craft style whiskeys. And so things that used to be kind of considered the cool thing to drink, like Seagram's VO in the 70s and 80s, now was sort of like the uncool thing to drink, like your grandpa drank, or you'd be ashamed to show it. So, but he was saying, no, they want to develop this VO Gold. But as it turns out, it didn't really catch on, and it's, like I said, been discontinued, unless Sazerac's going to keep it. So now VO is just considered like a run-of-the-mill Canadian, imported Canadian whiskey, and you can oftentimes get it on sale for like $19.99 for the big plastic handle bottle. There's enough left for one more taste challenge, I guess. And so that's that. But that's just tough. All right. Sky Style. So Ronald, I live in Virginia, and there's so many beer and brewery companies here that you may not have in Louisiana. Yes, I'm pretty sure that's true. I was wondering how I can send you some great beers. Well, I'm always telling people don't send me beer. I had an incident this past month and the last month with somebody from Scotland with the same old thing, talking about, he was on Alcohol Eggs, talking about, his name was Curtis McCraw, and I don't know the guy. I don't know him. If you walk past me in the store, I wouldn't know who this is. But he was saying, oh, yeah, somebody was posting a thing about Tennant's Lager, one of his Scottish companions or whatever. And it was one of those posts that was obviously trying to incite people, saying, oh, this stuff's terrible, Tennant's Lager. I don't care about Tennant's Lager either way. I know it's a famous old brand. I didn't care. I could see what he was trying to do. And then some people saying, oh, yeah, it's bad, whatever. I said, yeah, I heard about it. I said, I'd like to try the Tennant's Super Strong. It's like 9%. That would probably have some interesting flavors. And then I was looking on the Tennant's International website, and I said, well, y'all know it's not 4% in other countries. They ship it down to South Africa and whatever, and it's 5%. Then there's an IPA, there's a porter, there's an ESB, I think, and all this stuff. It's not just all a bunch of drab things that y'all are fussing about in Scotland. And they were shocked themselves, saying, oh, we never heard of that. I said, well, you know, do a little research, maybe. But so I couldn't really understand the point of the post, just to start trouble. And but I didn't care. Like I said, I wasn't different. The only thing high in class is Crown Royal's price. What an average whiskey, yeah. So maybe because it's international, U.S. customers are a pain in the butt. I don't know. But anyway, so let's look at the, and then I'll tell you that story real fast. So this Crown Royal is darker. It's funny because I don't think it's aged too long, but it's darker. They could add caramel color. They probably do. And the VO Gold is really gold. It's like aged 8 years. That's an age statement. It says on the bottle, VO Gold 8 years. So anyway, Sky Styles, the guy is saying, oh, I'd like to send you a can, I guess a can of Tennant's to try. Well, they're sitting there telling me how it's not even worth trying, like it's so bland, and now he wants to send me one. I said, that's not worth the time and the trouble, you know, like don't even bother with that. Especially since y'all are telling me it's not worth it. And I just was hoping he'll just forget it, you know. And then he said, no, it's no trouble. But it is trouble because you got to go to the place and mail it. You got to pack it. You got to buy it. And it's going to cost you a lot more to ship it than it's going to cost you to buy a little can of it, you know. But no, he just kept saying, send me a message and I'm going to send it right along. This is back in May, like May 17th, over a month ago. I said, okay, man. So I sent, I don't know who the guy is, so I sent him the private message. Oh, you know, right on, or whatever they say in Scotland. Right on. I'm going to send it. I said, okay. So I wait like 2 weeks. I don't hear anything. You know, usually if I was going to send something to somebody, I would tell them, look, I'm sending it. And then I would say, here's the tracking number. So you could see when it's coming in. That's what I would do if I sent beer, which I don't, because I don't believe that it's worth it. You know, there's so many beers that most people can get in their local area. It's like, what's the incentive of trying them? I mean, I can get so many here. I told you I can go to Mathern's right there and I'd never run out of beer to try. I could try one a day, one new one, each day a new one. I'm not going to run out. Some of it is very expensive. So I didn't hear anything for 2 weeks. I'm like, see, I knew this was going to happen. He's just all talk. He probably went to the post office and found out what it cost. And he was like, golly. And I told him that up front. So it's going to cost more to send it than it's worth. So I said, I said something like, well, that's going to be exciting when those beers come in. Kind of like, you know, to move it along a little bit. Oh, yeah. He said, yeah. Gonna, what did he say? I'm still trying to get a single of it. I said, a single? You made a big production out of sending it. Now you're waiting on getting a single. But I didn't say that. I'm just thinking, oh, yeah. I know where this is going to go. I mean, I'm not dumb, you know. I'm smart. I'm like Alfredo. I'm not dumb like people say, you know, I'm smart. So finally, I think around June 3rd, he said, yeah, I got a single of it. And I got this zombie beer, whatever it's called, zombie something from Brewdog. You're going to love it. I said, okay, I probably will love it. I'm going to send it out tomorrow, which would have been June 4th, which would have been what? 17 days ago. Good. I don't think it takes 17 days to come from England or Scotland. I mean, so then I asked him the next day, no. A few days later, I say, you got a tracking number on that? Blocked, immediately blocked. He quit Alcohol Eggs, quit Rock and Roll Club, and blocked me. I said, what a big baby. You know, these are the kind of people you deal with, Sky Style. So I'm not too keen on getting people sending me beer. I'm going to tell you right now. Because I've had that happen more than once. You say, well, that's just your typical internet maniac, your general maniac. I know that, but I'm tired of dealing with them. You know, I don't need the beer, you know. I'll take Evan Williams instead of Crown Royal. Yeah, I probably would. Well, I don't know if I would. Strange Ways Brewery in Fredericksburg, Virginia. Many amazing craft beers. Craft beer prices are getting out of hand. Most are $16 for a 4-pack. See, there's amazing if you want to use the word amazing. There's amazing beers in every state, or most of them, right? So it's like a redundancy. You know what I'm saying? It's like people say, I want to send you this, I want to send you that. And, you know, they're all good, but it's sort of like you just spinning wheels, you know, it's just like turning and it doesn't, but I'm not against it. I just don't like, I haven't had some great experiences with some people. I'm not saying you're like that, but I've had people tell me, no, I'm not like that. Yeah. I don't see the beer. I'm looking around here on where's the beer? Yeah, right. And I don't feel bad about it, especially since I didn't ask for it. I didn't approach the person. They came to me. And I'm telling you, don't send it, but you insist. See, that's why I get angry and rant about it, because it's like insanity. And I don't like dealing with insanity. I don't like dealing with stupidity, idiocy, you know? Over what? Beer? A beverage? I deal with enough idiocy in social media with politics, you know? People that are thick-brained, thick-headed, intolerant, foolish, demonstrative, incapable of debate, incapable of thought, incapable of thinking. How do you deal with somebody who's dumb and doesn't know it? It's very difficult. And it'll show out. It will show out if you're incapable of thinking. It will show out. It will reveal itself. And we know about intolerance. Just look around. Look around, friend. That's pungent. Now, I would think that the VO Gold would be better than the Crown Royal, considering that it's aged 8 years. But don't always believe that. Age is good, but it isn't everything. That smells pungent. Okay, where is it? I don't want to look, because you know one is gold and one is amber, and it'll tip me off. It's pungent. It's a lot of yeasty fermented grain, corn mainly, some wheat whiskey, rye whiskey, and barley malt. Or in Scotland, they would call it single malt whiskey, those type things. So, and you know, in Kentucky, it would be, or Tennessee, they would say straight whiskey. Same concept. Smells nice. It's not anything to get excited about, so don't get excited. Over here, daylight. Yep, look at that. No clouds, but we have some rain coming, I think, hopefully. All right, nose here. The nose here is very much denuded relative to that one, meaning it is not enough. There's not a lot of aroma with it. Now, if you take a deep inhalation, sure, you're going to get that fermented grain product, distilled grain, fermented yeasty product. Let's not forget, these are brothers. Crown Royal started at Seagram's, which was in business 1858. No, what was it, 1847? Oh, yeah. Sorry, 1857. 1857 to 2000. All right. 143 years. And they started Crown Royal for the royal visit of King George VI and his consort, in other words, his wife, Queen Elizabeth, of the house, and he was of the house of Saxe-Coburg and Gotha. Saxe-Coburg and Gotha. And his daughter, Queen Elizabeth II, is the current monarch of the house of Saxe-Coburg and Gotha. So the so-called House of Windsor. It's not their real name. They just made it up for political reasons 103 years ago. You know, it's like Cassius Clay. That's his real name. So I don't use his stage name. All right. Seagram's invented VO Gold. I shouldn't say invented, developed VO Gold 2 years before they went out of business. Diageo bought them both. They bought the Crown Royal and the VO Gold and the VO and the Seagram's 83, which is some Canadian only thing. There's another Seagram's thing that they make. And the Seagram 7 Crown, the American blended. Then 2 years ago, they decided to unload VO, which they consider underperforming, which has been doing for 40 years, 30 years, I guess, and the VO Gold to Sazerac. Sazerac said, that's our specialty, taking underperforming brands that other companies are frustrated with and making something out of it, like with their Southern Comfort, for example, which they actually bought back because Southern Comfort was started by Sazerac in the 1800s. But, it was a different name. It wasn't called Sazerac back then. It was called, I don't remember. Thomas Handy, Peychaud's Bitter. It was some company like that. And then Sazerac. But it was the same people. New Orleans developers. Which one smells better? It's a tie. Hey, but you know what? Everything's a tie here because they cost the same price at normal stores that aren't insane. So in other words, you can get Crown Royal for 23 bucks, give or take. VO Gold for 23 bucks, give or take. You can get them both in big glass bottles or the normal size glass bottles, or even smaller bottles. But I don't think you'll see the VO Gold too often in a small bottle. Almost bought that Ciroc yesterday. Ciroc brandy, French brandy, $29, cheapest price I've ever seen it. But no, I passed for now, and I bought the Saint Louis French brandy, introduced 2 short years ago, developed by an American from Texas in collaboration with distillers in République Française. Le République Française. And so she's been pushing that. Now, she did an interview 2 days ago on somebody's channel where I'm not familiar with, a whiskey channel, promoting it. And it was a 45-minute video. I didn't watch it. I watched some of it. It was interesting. So that's the next brandy I got coming into play. I figured, well, I'll be the first one to do it. I'll be shamed if I get on Facebook. I mean, if I get on YouTube and other people have done it, I won't be too shamed. That tastes like Crown Royal. You know what I mean? Crown Royal, like it's very standard. More comments. I don't mind the price. I just want to connect to the world with a great beer. For me, it's an experience, a way to connect with people. If the world is the U.S., then yeah, it's a shadow. I understand that, and I like to connect with people, and I like to review beers and give it a fair shake. But this sending stuff is turning into a real drag, It's not like one time it was a drag. It's like 3 or 4 times now it's a drag, 5 times. So I just tell people, don't do it, don't do it, don't do it. Now, if it's a beer company, I had a beer company contact me last week. We want to send you this new Radler. Sure, I mean, they got a lot of money and they ain't nothing for them to stick it in a box and send it. And they'll send, they'll just send it. It's going to come in. They're not going to hem and haw about it and make it like it's a problem. It's just going to come in. Okay. I've been a fan of yours since 2015 or 16 when Occulto came out, and that was one of the first videos I watched in your channel. Oh yeah, Occulto. That didn't last long. It was interesting. Still made in Europe. They sell it in England. It's called Cubanisto over there, though. Same type thing, Cubanisto. But over here, it just bombed, right? It bombed. Why? I don't know. Every flavor beer doesn't make it, right? This is smoother on the right, in my right hand. It might be your left. Smoother. A little nectar. Not too much wood. Kind of bland. It must be VO Gold because VO's bland. And VO Gold is bland, but not as bland. Now they're smooth and they're enjoyable, but they're bland. A lot of beers are bland. I did some stone beers last couple of weeks. They're good. Kind of bland. But don't get caught saying that, boy. But I mean, I just call it, you know, I don't mind bland beers, especially if I didn't pay for them. Those were David. David bought those. He said, try this, try that. I said, okay. Then I bought the doggone, Cigar City variety pack. We paid about the same price. And, well, he didn't like some of the ones I provided from that. Well, he didn't like the High Lie, giving it a C. I say, a C. I said, I can't get over that one. Are these worth the price? $23 a bottle. Well, worth the price. I guess so. But then on the other hand, think about it for a minute. Why would I want to pay 20? I'm going to call it before. I'm tired of keeping my eyes closed. I'm going to call it. I say, okay, got 5 minutes left. I'm going to say this is Crown Royal. And if it is, it'll say CR. And that'll be what, 9 out of 10 correct? I think I've done 10 of them. I got to check my records. It's been a lot now. And then I think this is the dog. I keep saying doggone because I just got a doggone way about me. Don't you know that? I think this is the Seagram's VO Gold. Crown Royal, CR. Ha, ha, ha. Ha, ha, ha. 90%. Ha, ha, ha. It's not good for the price, plain and simple. Yeah, let's talk about that right now. Is VO Gold a good product? Certainly is. Would I recommend it? Yeah. Am I glad I bought it? Yeah. Am I glad that I tried it? Yeah. Have I been disappointed in it? No. Crown Royal, same attitude all along, up and down the line. Most famous Canadian whiskey in the world. Is it exotic, adventurous, daring, extraordinary, erudite, exquisite, or any of those things? No. Is it a basic standard whiskey that would appeal to a vast audience? Yeah. Why? Yeah. Why do you think it was designed? That's the reason it was designed. It's only been on the U.S. market for 56 years. You say, that's a long time, 56 years. It's not a long time. In the world of whiskey and other spirits, gin, rum, brandy, cognac, brandy, bourbon, scotch, 56 years is like a week. It's like what the Bible says. 1,000 years is like a day, and a day is like 1,000 years. It's nothing, you know. So you could almost say Crown Royal is new to the U.S. market. I mean, that's a little far-fetched, but you know what I'm saying. It ain't old to the market. But they're fine. But what I was trying to get at a little while ago was, why would I buy them when I can get $8 Canadian whiskeys, $8, $8, $9 for a liter, not a $7.50, a liter, $8, be just as good as this, maybe better. So would I pay 23 when I could get something that's as good or better for $8? No, I would not. And I will not. And I won't. Do I plan to climb the ladder and try more exotic and flavorful Crown Royals up to the $135 XO or whatever it is, XL? Yeah, I do plan to do that. I'm sure it's going to be way better. It had better be way better if I'm paying over $110 more per bottle. I bought the Johnny Walker Red Label. I liked it. I liked it a lot more than most people. Most people saying it's just dull, it's junk. I'd rather drink glue and all this kind. I was like, okay, whatever. Was the Johnny Walker Blue Label way better? Yeah, I mean, common sense. It was like way. I'm gonna say it 220 times better. Now, what about the black, the green, the platinum, the double black? Would I expect a lot from those? Yeah. Are they going to cost a lot? Yeah. Am I going to bother? Do I mind paying it? No. I'm going to buy all the Crown Royals, God willing. I'm going to pay for them. I'm not going to complain. So that's it. Show is over. It's a tie. It's a tie. It's a tie all the way. Same quality, same parent organization, which is no longer a business. Same distillery. That's the truth. Same price. Not the same age. Crown Royal got no age statement. I bet it's not 8 years. Nowhere close to it. This is 8 years. The youngest whiskey in here is 8 years. The youngest. Total tie, a draw, and even Steven. But could I tell them apart? Yes. That's the main thing here. Do they taste the same? No, they do not. Are they similar? Oh, yes, very similar. But not the same. Similar, not the same. Okay, that's it. Now, on Tuesday, because I already did tomorrow's yesterday night, last night. Tuesday, we'll be looking at Crown Royal versus I think I might go with Royal Canadian, because Royal Canadian to me is like a cheap ripoff of VO. But yet it tastes just as good as VO. So I don't care if it's a cheap ripoff. Thank you for watching this video production. But I shouldn't say that because well, yeah, it's a cheap ripoff because it is. Okay, never mind. Thank you for watching this video production.